Excuse me. All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday, March 20th, 2023. Got pretty good slate of games today. Got some NBA, got, I think, a little bit of hockey. That's about it today. No college basketball, I think, till Thursday.
Thursday.
I think the Sweet 16 starts Thursday. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. My picks were 5-2 on Friday. Yeah. 5-2 on Friday. I went 3-1 in college basketball on Friday, and then 2-1 in the NBA on my picks on Friday.
I went 2-6. That was horrible.
So that brings my record to 161 and 135 on the year. So not too bad so far. I know Stat Guy was saying he won $13,000 last week on parlays, and he's already lost 12 of it back. Get this. He told us this on the afternoon show, so I can go ahead and talk about it because he ain't gonna get because he already told everybody. He he put $1,000 on Duke to beat Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee won, but he also put $1,000 on Tennessee to beat Duke. So he bet $2,000 and came out with none because he said he drank a little bit too much on Friday. Thought he was betting on Texas. He was trying to bet on Duke and Texas, but he bet Duke and Tennessee both $1,000 a piece. They were playing each other. He said Saturday he was watching the game and he had to think like it tells you about your bets. He's like, "What? What the hell did I do?" I was like, Anthony Price was on that last show, and he made a comment. He said, "Chris, don't ever let Dustin on your betting show." He won 13 grand, but already lost 12 of it back. I mean, I guess if you can lose it and be all right, that's one thing. But hey, I have a buddy. I have a buddy the same way. He bets crazy, but I can't do it. If I lost 12 grand, I'd be crying. Definitely wouldn't be betting for a while. Sure. Check the sound real quick. We'll get ready to jump into these games. What have you thought about March Madness so far?
Been pretty interesting. I was upset last night how you got the butt kicked, but
they didn't play very good.
It is. I mean, Miami played good, so I mean you can't keep anything away from them.
I told Jay on the afternoon show. I think he thought I was just saying it because they beat IU. I think Miami is going to beat Houston.
Miami looked really good that game. If they play like that, they'll beat Houston. Now, if they play like they did the first game where they struggled, I mean, you just don't know sometimes.
But man, the way they be tough. The way they played last night, be tough for anybody to beat them.
I was really impressed with the way Tennessee looked against Duke.
Yeah, I was too. And Alabama's looked tough as hell. Yep. I think Alabama's going to win it all. If I had Kansas. I'm not going to lie. When it all started, I had Kansas as winning it all. But all the teams that are left, the Sweet 16, I think Alabama's going to win it all. We've watched most of the games. I haven't watched every game, but we watched a lot of them, and I think they look like the most complete team. Now, the way Miami played last night, I think they could beat anybody if they can play that way consistently. That's the thing. Can you repeat that? Tennessee, that same way Tennessee plays like they did against Duke. That physicality they showed against Duke, they're going to be tough to beat. Yep. I think it's going to be a fun Sweet 16.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, a lot of the.
I mean, you got Michigan State against Kansas State.
That could be an interesting game.
Michigan State's one. We're not going to give our picks for the Sweet 16 yet, but we'll kind of talk about it real quick because there's not a whole lot of games today. But you got Michigan State at -1.5 against Kansas State. Kansas State, of course, is 3 seed. Kansas State looked good yesterday. That one, I can't think of his name, but that guard they have, man, he's tough. But Michigan State looked good as well.
Yep,
taking out Marquette. I thought Marquette would be in the Final Four. Arkansas and UConn. I think that's going to be a good. Hey, I'll tell you what, that center from UConn is a beast. He took over that game. Was it yesterday or it might have been Saturday? No, it was yesterday.
Yeah, UConn played
Yeah,
yesterday.
that Sudoku or whatever. That dude, he was killing on both ends of the floor. He took that game over. I think UConn has a good chance of beating Arkansas. You got Tennessee and Florida Atlantic. Tennessee's a 4.5-point favorite.
Florida Atlantic looks good. I mean, I'm going to go with Tennessee's
Yeah.
physicality, but Florida Atlantic, man, they look good.
Yeah, they look good, but I think I favor
Yep,
Tennessee.
I do too.
And then this is the game I'm really looking forward to is Gonzaga and UCLA. 2 against 3. I think that's going to be a real good game. They have UCLA as a 2.5-point favorite. I think with Timmy from Gonzaga, and then of course I ain't gonna be able to think of his name now. Is it Tiger Campbell? I think is the name for UCLA. Is one of them.
I believe so.
I think that's going to be a real good game. San Diego State against Alabama. Alabama's a 7.5-point favorite. San Diego State does play real good defense, but so does Alabama.
Yep.
I just think Alabama's going to be a little too much. Miami and Houston. They have Houston as a 6.5-point favorite in that game. And the one upset that I think is going to happen, or I think is the biggest, or I think could happen, is going to be Princeton and Creighton. Princeton's number 15, Creighton's a 6. Creighton's a 9.5-point favorite, but I like Princeton in this game. Plus, every time I bet on Creighton this year, it hasn't worked out for me. So, but Princeton's been playing. They've been playing some good ball.
Who's Alabama got?
San Diego State. And then you have number 3 Xavier against number 2 Texas.
That should be a good game.
Yeah. So and they're a 3.5-point favorite. So you only had what? 1, 2. Out of all the regions, only two of them end up being pretty much or being almost no, because you're number 1 seed. No, wait, this is a sweet, yeah.
We only got 2 number 1 seeds left.
Yeah, and you only have 2 brackets that's really went chalk. You got UCLA and Gonzaga that are 2 and 3 seeds, and then you have the other one. Xavier and Texas are both 2 and 3 seeds. Most of the other ones you got a 15 against a 6, a 5 against a 1. Because Indiana was the 4 seed. They got beat. Another 5 against a 1, a 4 and a 9, an 8 and a 4, and a 7 and a 3. So, yeah, you only have 2 sides of or 2 quarter brackets that basically went chalk.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Miami beat Houston.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Even though Houston was kind of my pick, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised the way Miami looked. They looked really good.
I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed last night. I really thought that I thought IU had a good chance of winning that game, and we didn't show up from the beginning. We battled back. I will give them that. We got down 15 early in the first half, battled back, actually took the lead, and then after that we fell. We couldn't get rebounds. And then they started hitting everything they threw up there in the second half.
Yeah, they had that little section. They did that in the first half for a little bit, and then they cooled down, and they hit it again.
I want to put that up
Second half.
for a second. All right. NBA tonight. We'll go ahead and start in NBA. You have the Indiana Pacers at the Charlotte Hornets. Pacers are 2-point favorites, minus 130 on the money line. The Hornets are plus 106 on the money line. Over-under is at 233.5. Pacers are 32 and 39 on the season, 3-2 over the last 5 games. Hornets are 22 and 50 on the season, 1-4 over their last 5. The Hornets are on a 4-game losing streak. The Pacers lead the season series versus the Hornets 2-0. I like the Pacers here tonight at the -2. Pacers are battling trying to get in that play-in for the playoffs. But Bulls, you have the Chicago Bulls at the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers are 8.5-point favorites, minus 355 on the money line. The Bulls are plus 285 on the money line. Over-unders at 225. The Bulls are 33 and 37 on the season, 4-1 over the last 5 games. 76ers are 48 and 22, 5-0 over their last 5. They're on an 8-game winning streak. This season series between the Bulls and Sixers are tied at 1-1. Bulls have been playing pretty decent basketball here lately, but Sixers have been playing real well. I like the Sixers to win the game. The 8.5 points scares me a little bit. Next game is the Minnesota Timberwolves at the New York Knicks. The Knicks are 8.5 point favorites at home, minus 360 on the money line. The Timberwolves are plus 290 on the money line, over-unders at 220. Timberwolves are 35-37 on the season. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They're 1-4 over their last 5 games. The Knicks are 42-30, 3-2 over their last 5. The Knicks lead the season series 1-0 against the Timberwolves. I like the New York Knicks here at the minus 8.5. Knicks have been playing pretty good basketball this season. Timberwolves have been struggling without Cat. And now Edwards is hurt. If they don't get them guys back, I don't know if they're going to hold on to their playoff spot.
What do you think about the Knicks? You think they can win a playoff series?
Yeah, depending on who they play. I don't see them beating like the Bucks or the Celtics.
I think they're maybe a 4 or 5 seed. So they should get, if they're 4 seed, they'll play 5, 5 play 4. I think they should have a shot at winning the series.
Yeah, I think they'll have a shot at winning the series. Then you have the Golden State Warriors at the Houston Rockets. The Warriors are 11-point favorites, minus 620 on the money line.
It's at Houston?
Yep.
I wouldn't bet on them.
Rockets are plus 460 on the money line. Over-unders at 235.5. This was at 10.5 this morning, so it's even moved more toward the Warriors at 11. Warriors are 36-36 on the season, 2-3 over the last 5. They're on a 3-game losing streak. The Rockets are 18-53 on the season, 2-3 over their last 5. The Warriors lead the season series 3-0 against the Rockets, but some of them games have been kind of close. I think the Warriors win the game because they're a better team, but they struggle on the road. So I can't take the Warriors. I'm actually going to take the Rockets here at the plus 11. Like I said, I think the Warriors win the game, but I think it's going to be a closer game than 11 points. Then you have especially on the road, the Warriors have struggled on the road. Then you have the Dallas Mavericks at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 5-point favorites, or minus 200 on the money line. The Mavericks are plus 168 on the money line. Over-unders at 227. The Mavericks are 36-35 on the season, 2-3 over their last 5. Grizzlies are 43-27 on the season, 4-1 over their last 5. Grizzlies lead the season series 2-1. Looks like Doncic is going to be out for tonight. I think Irving's going to play. Morant is eligible to play tonight because of his suspension. His 8-game suspension is over because it went concurrent with the games he'd already missed. But he's being ruled out for tonight. He's not playing tonight from what I've been seeing. So this is a game I'm staying away from. I favored the Grizzlies, but I don't like the 5 points not in this game because the Mavericks could win or are capable of winning this game, especially without Morant playing. And then last game in the NBA tonight, you have the Sacramento Kings at the Utah Jazz. The Kings are 6.5-point favorites, minus 260 on the money line. The Jazz are plus 215 on the money line. Over-unders at 238.5. The Jazz are trying to hold on to, I think they're right around that 9 or 10. They're trying to hold on to stay in the playoffs. I think they're around the 9 or 10 spot. Yeah. The Kings have been one right up there, top 3 team in the West pretty much all season. Even though I don't think they're getting the respect that they should get. Sabonis has been playing at an all-star level all season. And De'Aaron Fox has been playing good. I like the Kings at the minus 6.5 in this game. So the picks I'm going to go with for the NBA tonight, I actually added one while we were talking. So, but I'm going to go to Pacers at the minus 2. New York Knicks minus 8.5. I'm going to go with the Houston Rockets plus 11. And then I'm going to go with the Sacramento Kings at the minus 6.5. So that's going to be my picks tonight in the NBA.
My parlay tonight for the NBA, I have the Pacers minus 2 at Charlotte. I got Chicago at Philadelphia. I'll take Philadelphia minus 8.5, and I got Sacramento minus 6.5 at Utah. And then my NHL parlay for tonight, I've got Florida money line at Detroit. I got Chicago Blackhawks at Colorado. I'll take Colorado money line. And I got San Jose at Edmonton. I'll take Edmonton money line. That's my NHL parlay for tonight.
Okay, then tonight you also have World Baseball Classic. United States qualified for the championship game by winning the semifinal game last night against Cuba. They will play the winner of Japan and Mexico. They play tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Game is sold out. They're playing in Miami, Florida game. The championship game is already sold out too. World Baseball Classic seems to be doing pretty good. Japan's a 2.5 run favorite, minus 265 on the money line. Mexico is plus 210. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to be rooting for Mexico. I'd like to see Mexico win. I think it'd be pretty cool. Kind of agree with what Jay McLovin was saying earlier. It'd be nice for the United States to have a chance to play Mexico in the championship game, try to avenge your only loss. But Japan's tough, and the way their pitching staff is set up, they're set up pretty good because tonight they're pitching this 21-year-old called like a flamethrower. He's one of their top prospects getting ready to come to the major league, is what from the way it sounds. And if they win tonight, then they're probably going to have Ohtani available to start tomorrow. Where the United States don't have Wainwright available, they don't have Lance Lynn available, so we really don't have none of our top starters available for the finals tomorrow. Because with the pitching rules, like in the semifinals, you can only pitch like 65 pitches, I think, a game, and then in the finals, I think it goes up to 80. But if you pitch 65 pitches, you had to be off for like 3 or 4 days. It's kind of like the little league rules, kind of. So the United States aren't their pitching, the way their pitching staff set up. It's not ideal. You know what I mean? We're not going to have our ace ready for the finals or for the championship game. Where Japan, if they win, they're going to be set pretty good. I'm not sure about Mexico, but I think they're a little bit deeper in the pitching staff than we are too. So I think they might be all right. I know Japan definitely, because Japan can start Ohtani tomorrow in the finals. So I'll probably watch some of that tonight. Like I said, I'd like to see Mexico win. But Japan's tough. I think that's something people forget about is baseball in Japan is serious business. I mean, their little league teams practice like 8 hours a day and stuff. I mean, it's almost like if you're a baseball player, it's basically a full-time job, even when you're a kid. So, and they're always fundamentally sound, and they have good pitching. So it's going to be, I think, for the United States to win, they're going to win the championship. Their bats are going to have to come alive, kind of like they have, like they did the last couple of games. They're going to have to score probably, I'm going to say at least 6-7 runs to be in the game, because I think Japan's going to score some runs on our pitching. I just don't think we're going to have the pitching to shut them down. Now, you never know. Hey, a pitcher can get hot. You know what I mean? Pitcher can get hot and pitch a real good game.
Well, right now, they've really been hitting the ball. The United States has just barely been pounding the ball, whoever they play, for the most part. So hopefully that can continue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's really saved the United States, has been hitting the ball. I mean, if it wouldn't been for that grand slam, they probably lose that game against Venezuela.
Yep.
After you had a lead, then you give it up, and then so it'll be interesting. Was there any other games or everything you wanted to talk about before we get out of here? There wasn't a whole lot of games today, like I said.
What'd you think about that UFC this past weekend?
Thought it was good. I thought the judges got it right with that. Edwards winning by decision. Ended up winning by majority. 2 judges had it for him. The other judge had it a draw. And I told you before they said anything, I thought Edwards won, but I could see it maybe being a draw because he lost that point in the 3rd round. It was a good fight. Only thing that took away from that fight a little bit was that fence grab, and then There was also a low blow, eye poke. Edwards was having a little bit of trouble with some penalties there.
Yeah.
Luckily, he got lucky, and it was only 1 point, which I thought was right, only taking the 1 point because the low blow when you got a conventional fighter against a left-hander, it kind of sets, and you're trying to throw that kick. It's going to happen sometimes. So I didn't think that was intentional. The eye poke wasn't intentional. Now the fence grab, that was intentional. I mean, he grabbed it, let go, grabbed it again. He stopped him. He stopped Usman from getting the takedown there. So I agreed with taking the point.
Plus, he had grabbed the glove earlier too.
Yeah, and he grabbed the glove earlier. So but on their feet, he was like, he done a good job this time, but a lot better job defending takedowns this time than he did the first time they fought. And he was landing the cleaner shots on their feet. So yeah, I thought he won the fight. The fight before was awesome. I thought Gaethje and Fiziev, they went at it.
They did.
Gaethje won the fight. I'd like to see that be a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is they're toward the end of that third round. Fiziev was starting to get beat up pretty bad on some cuts on his face. So I don't know if they would have made it 5 rounds, but if you just want to see two guys get in there and go at it, that was real good. They went at it all 15 minutes. Gaethje landed the cleaner shots and was able to bust them up and kind of wore him out a little bit. Fiziev started to fade a little bit in that third round where Gaethje was still there. So, and Gaethje said he's going to try to make it one more title run, but said he ain't going to be around much longer. So I think he's going to try to work his way up to one more title fight. And then if he don't win it, he'll probably retire. And if he wins it, he'll probably defend it and then defend it a couple times until he loses. But which I don't blame these guys, man. If I was a UFC fighter, especially if you've been like Gaethje, he's had 2 or 3. I mean, he's been up there in the top 5 for a long time now. His last 2 losses were to Khabib and Oliveira, I think. But you know what I mean? So he's been up there in the championship talk for so he's made some. I mean, he's made some decent money. Once you, and especially in the fighting, because the longer you do it, the more risk you're taking of permanent damage or an injury. If you've made enough money where you can enjoy your life and spend time with your family, I mean, I wouldn't fight till I was real old.
I had
if I didn't have to.
Had one other question for you because I'd like to do it tonight, but with Jay on, who knows if we'd get to it. So, and big Best Open today, big argument today on their show. What should be the main events for WrestleMania? People are arguing. Of course, it's going to be Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. There's going to be night 2. That's pretty much decided. But there's a big argument. Some people say it should be the women, and it should be Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, because she won the Royal Rumble, and that's
supposed to give you a main event.
Yeah, and so a lot of people think it should be that, but then a lot of people think that the other big story, which you don't always go by stories, and I understand that, is the tag team championship now, which that's not been made official yet, but I think it will be this week with
after what happened on SmackDown.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going against the Usos for the undisputed. That's another issue too. It's undisputed too. That makes it even bigger.
Not just like it's a Raw,
SmackDown or Raw.
Because Charlotte is SmackDown champion, right?
Yes. So I have mixed feelings on it. What do you think it should be?
I'm going to say the tag team match with the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And the reason I'm going to say that is because story-wise, I like the story, but that's what I'm more invested in story-wise. If I'm tuning in to watch it, and nothing against Charlotte and Rhea, because I'm excited to see that match as well.
I am too.
But just with the story that's been going on so long, and the stuff that happened, like was the Elimination Chamber the last pay-per-view? No.
Yes.
It's just the stuff that you've happened with the Usos and Sammy, and then now Kevin Owens. And so personally, I would like to see that as the main event, but I also could see him doing what you said and having it like the first match of night 2
to help set
because
up.
They might come out or something in that match. But just because I'm more invested in the story, that's why I would say the tag team match.
I tell you, the way they did it,
because I'm real invested in that, because well, well, we both are. We're Sami Zayn fans
Yeah.
too. So I mean, that kind of weighs. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm real excited for Rhea and Charlotte because what
I
was
think
it?
so.
It was when
About 3 or 4 years ago.
it
Yeah.
was during COVID, right?
Yep.
They had a great match and it wasn't no fans.
Yep.
So when I think about that, I kind of think Rhea kind of deserves a shot to main event with fans, just like I think Drew McIntyre deserves to have a title run where the fans are there.
Yep.
Because he carried them through the pandemic, but he wasn't, I mean, he could get that reaction of the fans. So, but
some people said it'd be disrespectful if you don't have the women's as one of the main events. Do you think it is?
I don't, but I understand. I don't. Well, I ain't gonna say I understand. I don't, but I also see that where people will attack WWE if they don't because of the Me Too movement or whatever.
Some people said that what they should do is have which I understand because really,
hey, how's it going, Glenn?
If you look at that story, especially last month, Sammy and Jay and Jimmy and Kevin have been more the center of the story than even Roman.
And I agree with what Glenn said. That's pretty much what I was saying. He goes, "I love women in top spot movement, but Zayn Owens has the whole world invested, so that should be a main event."
Yeah, like I said, the only thing is I think they could have it the first match of night two and help, because I still say you're going to see Kevin and Sammy.
I think you're
get involved in that championship match.
I think it might be Kevin and Sammy, but I think it might be Jey Uso.
It could be.
I could see Jay costing Roman that title and starting that back up because it goes back to the beginning.
Yes, it could. Yeah, that could very well happen too. So I mean, I think it would go with the story if they open the show and they end the show.
Yeah.
So I don't see a problem with that, and I would love to see. I mean, I'm not going to complain either way because I'm really excited for. And I think the
whole WrestleMania is going to be real good. I know everybody hates the Omos and Lesnar match. I know everybody's pissed about that. But okay, if you want to say that's a bad match, I would say that's the only match on the card so far that you could try to say that's a bad match. And I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think.
No, I think it'll be entertaining. I think it'll be fine.
I mean, how many people thought the Jackass shit was going to be good? And look how good that turned out.
It was one of my favorite things on the show, and I'm not a Jackass guy, and I was not looking forward to it at all. And it was one of my favorite things on the show. So I have an open mind. Almost I think almost gets too much shit. I mean,
well, I think he gets shit because he's a big dude, or how big he is, and all the other guys that we've seen that big have never really panned out to be real impressive.
Well,
I think
it's not a big guy's world anymore.
Yeah, and if you look at it, he moves better than what. Yep. World's largest mousetrap. It was crazy,
and it malfunctioned, and they still made it work.
But I mean, he moves better than what Great Khali did.
Oh yeah.
I think he moves better than the Giant Gonzalez or whatever you wanted to call.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Whatever you wanted to call that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because he was El Gigante.
El Gigante. George Gonzalez was his real name.
And then when he called Giant Gonzalez at one time as well.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he said the same thing. Khali. He moves better than both them guys.
Yes, he does. It's just not.
And the last time, was he on Elimination Chamber? Or was it pay-per-view before? But the last time we saw him on one of them matches, he looked good.
He looked good against Braun Strowman.
Yeah, against Strowman.
He looked real good against Braun Strowman.
That was probably the best I'd seen him look. So
that may have been because Braun Strowman too helped him,
And that's the thing. And I think with Lesnar will be able to make him look good.
Been some rumors. What would you think of this? Lashley wants the team was Lesnar and be a tag team, and be like the Road Warrior type tag team. What do you think? Or not dressed like the Road Warrior, but be that powerful, big. What would you think about that?
I think that'd be pretty cool. Actually, I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah, Lashley would like to do that,
especially with the way here last year or so, Lesnar's kind of opened up. His personality's opened up a little more. He talks a little more, and
I think the fans would get really behind Lashley and Lesnar. I think they go crazy for it if it was done, decently.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
I'm excited for that. I think it's one of the best storyline WrestleManias that's been in a long time because it's got a lot of stories with when you add Ray and Dominic in there. You got the Hell in Cell, which I'm excited for. You got a lot of stuff that I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
There's a couple other matches. Oh yeah, the Drew McIntyre and Sheamus and Gunther. Oh man, that may steal the show. Yeah, I'm really excited. You're gonna have a lot of knockout, drag out matches. You're gonna have some really good wrestling matches. You have some great stories. You're gonna have some really good stuff.
And we're only about a week away.
Yep, I'm excited.
And real quick, don't forget, you'll be able to watch. There will be a WrestleMania watch along. We're not going to be doing it, but the guys from Unscripted are going to be doing it. And I think, as far as I know, I think they're actually going to air on the Gonzo Sports Room channels as well, like we always do. You just won't. We just won't be a big part of it because we got other things going on that day. We always have like a big WrestleMania party. My son and everybody comes over, so we'll be doing that. But I do think they're going to do, from what my understanding, I'm going to check with Jay again tonight. But from my understanding, they're going to air on the Gonzo Sports Room channels as well. So if you do want to watch along with it, check it out. It'll be probably Jay, Frankie, Logan. Who knows? Maybe Rob Scott, maybe Pride. Who knows? It'll be. It might be a little. It might get a little left, but it'll be entertaining.
It'll be entertaining. It may get off the rails, but it'll be entertaining.
So I mean that would be something that might be, if you, like I said, if you're looking for something to watch along with, they are doing that. But I know myself and Dad won't be on there. I might get on there for a minute or something like at the beginning and just talk to him for a second, but then that's it. I'll be out there watching it.
I'm gonna say Sheamus's chest because
he said they would run through the tag division. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Sheamus's chest because he's just so white. His would be the worst for the wear.
So, that's gonna be a triple threat, isn't it? And then what they end up doing?
Yeah, so ain't gonna be no rules there. So
how did that match end up ending on Friday? I saw some of the match, but I didn't see that match. And Sheamus and
they both were down, and they got up to about an 8 count, and Gunther got into the ring and was yelling at the referee that you can't end this a 10 count. Well, they both would have got up. They would got up at 9. Well, then his tag team partners come in and jumped him, and they interfered. So it was going to be no winner. So the general manager came out and said, since we have no winner, and it's your fault we have no winner, you're going to wrestle both of them.
And that was a good match.
Oh yeah, they were going out.
I didn't see what I saw of it. I was doing something, but
them three, there's no way they can put on a bad match. I just hope they give them some good time, good 15-minute or so time to just go at it. I think it'll be really good. And the other real good match I think is going to be Logan Paul and
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Yeah. I think that could be another show stealer. So it's got some great matchups. It's going to have a lot of big spots. It's going to have a lot of entertainment, a lot of story. I think it's going to be. It's lined up to be one of the best WrestleManias. Now, whether it will be, whether they can deliver, we'll see.
All right. Before we get out of here, my picks for tonight: Pacers -2, New York Knicks -8.5, Rockets +11, and the Sacramento Kings -6.5. Don't forget to go check out the new ASAP Network app. You can find it at the Google Play Store if you're an Android user at ASAP Network. Roku TV at ASAP Network. Also, you can find it on I wonder how true that is. It don't make much sense to me after what you just done. I guess you'd have a backup, but still, I don't make a whole lot of sense. I don't think, but you never know. But I told you a few weeks ago I thought they were going that way until they made their move with Minshew. But also you can find it on Amazon. If you have Fire Stick, go to your Fire Stick where you search for apps, type in the ASAP Network, it'll come up. You can basically watch all the shows on the ASAP Network or be there on on-demand. So please go check that out. Also, hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays ASAP Network. We'd greatly appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where I post all the information about our shows. We have a busy week this week. Tomorrow we'll have a
big show tonight.
Yeah, I'll start there. Tonight at 6:30 we have GWR, Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Super fan and GWR family member Marcus Fine be joining us like he does every Monday. We're going to talk ECW and then best wrestling managers. So come join us for that tonight at 6:30. Then of course tonight at 11 we have GSR Gonzo Sports Room. We'll be talking March Madness. Probably talk some WWE Raw, and then probably some World Baseball Classic, NBA, a little bit of everything. I think Jay will be joining us. So
who knows what we'll talk
on.
about? Get Jay on there.
Well, what's the over under that the Houston Astros get mentioned?
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely yeah.
I did tomorrow. And this is the reason I'm saying tomorrow because this is a change. Tomorrow, Tuesday the 21st, 6:30 p.m. We're gonna have pro wrestler Sage Phillips. Originally, I had said that was gonna be on Wednesday. With a little scheduling conflict, we had to move it to Tuesday. So Tuesday, 6:30, Sage Phillips. Then on Thursday, we have up and coming pro wrestler Jake Elliott at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to both these interviews this week. Yep. Sage, we've seen him a bunch. Sage Phillips, he's one. I mean, I'd put him up there as one of the top guys here, in this area.
Oh yeah,
he's a great technician. He can go. And then Jake is an up and coming guy that we haven't got seen for a while, but from everything I'm hearing, he's really starting to step up to that next level.
That's what I hear.
So that's going to be fun. Then on Friday, let me check the time real quick. Do you remember what time?
It says the only thing that it says is 6 p.m. I don't know if the doors open at 6 p.m. or if the event starts at 6 p.m. That's all it says.
For the
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Okay. So Friday, we're going to say 6 because that's what it just says 6 p.m. So I'm going to say the doors open probably at 5:30. I'm going to guess, but Friday at 6 p.m. we're going to be live for the Indiana Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. Looks like they're inducting 7 inductees.
Well, with the team.
Well, yeah, but I mean 7 inductees, but one of them is a group.
Yep.
You have Cousin Bubba is getting inducted. Shadow, which we've known him for a while and seen him.
Yep.
Dr. Love, which if you don't know is Dalton Love, pro wrestler that's been on our show quite a few times. His dad.
Yep.
I've known him for a long time. I almost said his shoot name, but I've known him for a long time. And then you Cash is which we've seen her a lot.
Yep.
With the ladies' man Mike King. Tommy Gage, who was just on the show last week, and we actually announced it last week that he was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Live on the show. Tommy's a good dude. I've known him for going on about a year and a half, couple of years now, but I remember we've seen him wrestle back in the day before that, but I'm personally known him for about a year and a half now. He's a great guy. And then I can't read that. Something Gorilla.
Oh, the Golden Gorilla.
Golden Gorilla. Yeah, it was hard to read. I had Mark Stanford, Golden Gorilla. Is the other one isn't getting inducted? Then you have a group, the High Rollers, and that has who's that? Was Kincaid?
Yep, up Kincaid.
Dice Man, Van Zant, Ladies Man Mike King. So that group will be going in. Them are the inductees. So, but join us Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be airing that live. Then on Saturday, DCCW 5-year anniversary show. Doors open at 6. Wrestling starts at 7. There was a misprint on the original flyer. So if you see a flyer for the show on the 25th that says, come here. You see a flyer for a show on the 26th that says 5 doors open at 5, wrestling starts at 6. That is wrong. It's doors open at 6, wrestling at 7. Not sure if we're going to be live for that yet, just because we don't know. I don't know if we can get internet in the building yet. If we don't get internet, we will be recording it and we'll air it. We'll let you guys know exactly what day we're airing. I might try to air it Sunday night, maybe when we get back.
I got an idea
because
for it.
Monday's busy. Tuesday, we got interviews on.
I got an idea on that, Chris. Why don't we do it Monday because Marcus won't be here Monday?
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
Won't you just hear it Monday night? Because Marcus won't be here Monday. He's going to miss next Monday because he's going to be out of town. So won't we just air that instead?
Yeah, we could do that if we can't go live. Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. And if not, we'll do a show.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll let you guys know about that. Then on Sunday, we're going to be in Danville, Indiana at Warrior Pro Wrestling. Doors open at 2. Wrestling starts at 3.
Yep.
They always put on a great show there. If you're in the area, go check them out. You won't be disappointed. We will be live for that one. So like I said, we got a busy week this week, and then it's just going to keep going right into April. I think the only weekend we're not going to be doing something live in April is the 1st and 2nd, and that's because of we're going to be watching WrestleMania. So we're going to be a lot of places next 3 months. So I'm going to hopefully be able to announce a little bit more about what we got going on in May.
Yep. Yeah, you need to get the okay for that.
I'll get a hold of Joey and talk to him. But that's going to be fun. Yep. But we appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Join us tonight at 6:30 for GWR and 11 p.m. Eastern for GSR. Hope everybody has a great day. See you guys tomorrow.